Good day, everybody. It's currently the 20th of January 2013, and if you are checking in for a tropical update here in the northwestern Pacific, you, my friend, are out of luck. There is nothing organized out here in the northwestern Pacific, but later on in the update, we are going to touch in on what's going on in Australia. We have a few areas that are definitely going to be making some interesting fireworks here going into the mid and latter part of this coming week. But also I want to talk about Southeastern Asia here, because we've been seeing those severe flooding around Jakarta, and Jakarta right in here, and you can see yet more thunderstorm activity blowing up here, and its main reason is because it is the wet season in Indonesia here when that intertropical convergence zone starts to push farther towards the south, also providing fuels for cyclones around northern Australia. The Siberian high develops, but all that moisture across the western Pacific basically pushes out here towards Indonesia, around Borneo, and even into Malaysia. You start seeing some heavy rain showers. So that is basically the general setup. Hey, go to our education center at the website, thewesternpacificweather.com. I wrote up a whole article on the difference between the northeast and southwest monsoon and the transition period, which is often marked by that rainy season stationary front into the spring months. But as I said, even though there is no named systems, we're still seeing these heavy rainfall reports, even as far north as southern Mindanao, 103 millimeters here in the past 24 hours. That is the same area that is still recovering from Typhoon Bofa. Do not need the effects there. A little bit farther south in the Borneo, 168 millimeters of heavy rainfall. Around Singapore, you're seeing over 100 millimeters here into Indonesia, excuse me. So you're definitely seeing these rains, and these are going to be causing localized flash flooding throughout the next several days. And even a state of emergency is actually still in effect there into Jakarta until the end of January because of these rain showers and the wet season continuing to persist. I also want to look a little farther to the north here, where we're talking about all that cold air diving in as far south as northern Luzon. It's all due to this area right here, that Siberian high, continuing to sink farther and farther towards the south. Well, what you can see here is a big troughing with that high, but then over here you see some air pushing up farther towards the north. Actually, let's pull up what the winds are looking like at this same time period. As that high dips down, see all that cold air pushing farther and farther south. That's why here in the Philippines you're seeing teens, but across Hong Kong, even out towards Shanghai, getting back into the double digits. Here into Japan today, even up into the double digits, because that high pressure has that clockwise rotation around it. That air over here is pushing south, air over here is going to push north, bringing that warm air with it out of the South China Sea. So some good news, all these rotations going along with it. So if you are hating the cold here in the Philippines, it is going to start to gradually warm back up coming throughout the... But as it warms back up for the Philippines, it starts to chill back down here in Japan, all part of that cycle. Well, the problem here is that as we look in through Sunday and then out towards Monday, we have a low pressure area coming in off of a very weak one now, but it is going to be developing coming off of China. First, it's going to bring some snowfall in and around Seoul. You see the 540 line. You're going to be seeing some several centimeters of snowfall there in Seoul. But then on Tuesday, that's going to push off towards Japan. And as we saw with the last system, not nearly as strong as a week ago, last week's superstorm that ended up just bombing out the North Pacific. That came in basically due from the south. This one's going to come more in from the west, but there is the risk of some snowfall, specifically wet snow in and around the Kanto area, and also as far south as Kyushu. You could be seeing it before it pushes off here towards the northeast, and then you're still going to be seeing that heavy snowfall into the mountains. And then by Wednesday, it completely clears out, sunny skies back in, but temperatures drop right off below freezing into the Kanto area. So you bundle up. It's going to be a chilly one, and you still might be recovering from yet another snowfall on Tuesday. So something you get to look forward to. It does look like it's going to be another white one. Alright, enough talk about all this snow. I know what you want to know about is the tropics there in northern Australia. And if we go back to that monsoonal map, and this is a typical setup, you have that trough dipping all the way down here across northern Australia. We have two areas we're watching. One here just off of Western Australia and one area in the Gulf. Both are posing the threat of developing into cyclones, actually. Let's take a look first at the Euro model, what they're actually expecting and anticipating with this storm system. Going through the remainder of Sunday into Monday here. You have Monday, that low continuing to spin in the Gulf. This is the main threat here because it's going to bring some heavy rainfall all across portions of northern Queensland, eventually working across the peninsula there over towards Cairns, even as far south as Brisbane. You might be getting in on some of these rain showers going into the mid part of the week. But as it pushes out into the Coral Sea, it starts to gain some more fuel there, really starts to re-intensify, and then eventually pushes down towards the south, and that's really when Brisbane starts to get in a little bit more on the mix here, even as far south as around Townsville as well. You're going to be seeing the heavy rain showers according to this particular model. Also look out here towards Western Australia, very, very weak, but that tropical low it's talking about there continues to drift off there towards the southwest. Compare this up with the GFS model, though. Because you don't want to look at just one model, you like to look at multiple ones, especially when it comes to tropical systems, because they can, the butterfly effect, a little bit of different variables in the beginning of the initialization of these can make for a very different outcome. And it does look like GFS and Euro actually have different variables and also a different way they look at these models. So we can see here GFS actually looks like it wants to intensify that area over Western Australia a little bit more, but it keeps that low in the Gulf of Carpentaria here spinning up, the tropical low, becoming rather strong, but then it intensifies the secondary low just off the east coast of the Coral Sea and pushes that off there towards the east, even as far east as New Caledonia into the long range, becoming a cyclone as it pushes off there into your direction. And multiple systems all at the same time here, one near New Caledonia, one in the Gulf, and one off Western Australia. So that is just two completely different outcomes. This is on Thursday, today's Sunday at the time of making this video, so still lots of time to watch this. If you check out 28 Cyclones and Off Cyclone Chasers, they break this down in much more detail. But one thing I can say for pretty sure is that northern Queensland, you're definitely going to be seeing some heavy rain showers this week. Definitely the risk of flash flooding as this continues to spin here into the Gulf. I think that especially along the west coast, you're already seeing some cyclone watches put in effect here. So you're still going to be seeing those gale force winds and the heavy rain showers. So that is something you want to continue to watch out for. But that is all for right now, everybody. I know I was very limited on Australia. I would have more information, likely tonight actually, once we start seeing what exactly is happening with these systems. I put out a complete update just specifically for you in Australia. But if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, put them in the comment box below. Also, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We're always putting out information there at Western Pacific Weather. Probably your best and smartest move. Also, your smartest move is to click the like button. That makes us very happy here at Western Pacific Weather. And also, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel or go to the website and subscribe to our updates. We always have great updates coming through on the Western Pacific information and also down there into Australia. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.